Somehow we got you all in the frame. Look at that. Somehow.
Really? Okay, I was
I think so. Nope, we're missing one. Hold on. Let me try to get this. I'll just do it this way. There we go. Or I can be in this little bubble. Oh, you'll be in the bubble. What the hell? Anyway, you got to love technology. There we go. We got it working. So, how are you guys doing? You guys got a new single out. How's it going?
It's going pretty well.
Yeah.
Feeling good about it. It's a fun song. It's the second of our upcoming releases so far. So I think we have a few more planned in the next couple months. They're all a little bit different. This one around was a little. Alex had a huge. This is Alex. He had a huge creative process in like the lyrics, and just the overall kind of vibe of the song. And typically, I feel like the instrumental is like the first thing to be laid down, but I feel like this single of all of them are very like dialogue centric and trying to get a message across, you know. So it's an exciting song, and I think it's a cool kind of drift from what we usually do. So
Yeah, I listened to your guys' album and the latest releases, and you guys have evolved quite a lot. Your album that I heard was more so punk than anything, and then you guys kind of went to the like post-grunge alternative sound, which works as well. But your attitude is still very punk because you're like, fuck the system.
yeah,
Got to be.
yeah. That our first album, I feel like was kind of like a very collective.
It was like all our first songs
Yeah,
of the first years of the band. So it was just all of us just trying to make something work, and now we kind of know what works, what doesn't.
yeah.
That's all part of the creative process, and you guys are really forming your own. And this single actually hits at a very good time because tensions are rather high in this country, and the whole censorship issue uh, is a huge problem, especially when it comes to like comedy, which is very weird because the same people that would tell others that you should just suck it up and let people talk are the same people wanting to silence people.
Exactly.
They're all hypocrites.
People on the high horse of that.
Isn't that the meaning of life at this point? Is everybody's a fucking hypocrite? Just like just do your thing, like. But this song, man, like I was listening to it and it gets me fucking pumped
Oh, cool. That's cool.
because because as a podcaster and an entertainer, much like you guys, I entertain in different ways, but you almost have to fight back because if not, they will just take advantage of you.
100%. I mean, that's what art's here for. I mean, I feel like it's like the primary voice in anything that you can really just be free. Any form of art, it's like that's your chance to make your voice heard in like any way. So I feel like that's what we aim to do at least. So anyone that can get the message that's a goal accomplished for us, I feel like.
And you are achieving that goal quite well. What are we expecting in the future from you guys in terms of music?
Songs. We have like 20 songs that need to be recorded.
More aggression,
We're
more
gonna-
noise.
We're getting a vault ready, and then we're just gonna start dropping shit.
Yeah, we have like we're really bad at getting into the studio or just like sitting down. The studio as in his basement, but we're really bad at sitting down and just like pumping out these songs. But we have a lot of stuff written, a lot of stuff we're trying to perfect live, and it'll be a really steady flow of releases once we actually start
Yeah.
grinding that recording process. So.
I think that's the issue a lot of creatives have because coming up with the ideas is the easy and fun part. Writing it down, constructing it, and getting into somebody's basement.
All it takes.
Yeah.
300 takes later for one part.
But I mean, in today's society, it's a lot easier because we have the technology. Back in the day, you had to do one take.
Nah,
Oh
for
yeah,
real.
you
yeah.
had to if you're on
And we
tape and
dropped like
stuff.
100 grand.
Yeah.
If you don't got room for another track, you gotta get it.
Yeah.
You don't got the budget. That's the thing.
What's nuts to me is like bands like back in the day, like Black Sabbath, for instance, they would release an entire album within 24 hours.
Yeah,
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 for real.
Yeah.
literally.
Like one take. How?
The actual outcome of really practicing it.
Right. Actually being good.
Actually being good.
Either that or they did so much drugs they didn't care. That's-
That sounds good. Put it out.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Oz. So, who are your guys' influences when it comes to music?
Oh,
I think it's different for everyone, and because of that, it all works because we're all just like, I don't know, who are yours?
it's a very wide range for sure. I mean, I like a lot of like folky, indie stuff, indie pop, indie rock. But like I listen to a lot of stuff, and I feel like I pull influence from a lot of stuff. And then I know these guys are into like metal and prog and things like that. But I feel like we all listen to a bunch of stuff. And then Jake over here,
I'm the '90s alt rock guy.
yeah, he likes noise. He likes making noise whenever he can.
I like noise, but then I just like weird music too.
Yeah.
Bro, me too. I enjoy the obscurity that music has to offer. Like, I listen to Frank Zappa and Weird Al. And I look like I listen to Frank Zappa. Like, I get it.
Don't eat the yellow snow, bro.
But having such a vast taste in music, I think, is a strength for a lot of artists because it doesn't put you in a box. It allows you to be more creative and branch out.
For sure. For sure. You can like a lot of bands are great at what they do, and I feel like if the goal is to accomplish what you want to do, then that's great. And like sometimes you can kind of I find respect for bands that are able to like if someone
Carve their
asks
own
them,
path,
yeah,
like,
and I also find respect for bands who like if someone asks them like, yo, like what genre is your band, they like without hesitation can say the genre. And like when people like ask us, I'm like
I don't know.
I don't know.
Music.
We make it's a little all over the place, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like both sides of that can find their way in like the industry and making music and things like that. So
To quote Lemmy Kilmister, we're just rock and roll. It's all just different words for rock and roll.
We're rocking and we're rolling.
for sure.
But it's interesting to me to hear a lot of bands' influences because, like you said, you listen to a lot of weird music. I was interviewing this guy or chatting with this guy who's in like a death metal band,
Oh, cool.
and I asked for his biggest influence, and he said like Barry Manilow or some shit.
It's like the heaviest bands are like, yeah, the Beatles. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, I get it.
I like Gwen Stefani. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big Fergie guy myself. But that goes to show that you can be influenced by somebody, but not adapt their style.
yeah,
Right.
It's like I use chords that I've learned from watching guys like Jeff Buckley play like these kind of jazzy chords. But we sound nothing like Jeff Buckley.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm still using the chords I'm learning from his songs and our stuff. Like
Yeah.
just because they sound cool and you put your own spin on them and shit.
That's like I feel like that's like the power and the cool aspect of influence is that just because you're pulling something from a song doesn't mean what you're writing or you're adapting it into is going to sound anything like it, or it's not a replication. It's like a
I feel like sometimes it's like, I like the vibe of this song. I'm going to make a song that kind of has the vibe.
Sure,
And normally,
yeah.
it's normally nowhere near what
Yeah.
the original was,
No,
but
yeah.
at least it has the intent.
It's got the feeling.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
everything.
Like if you tell someone, yeah, I feel like I pull a lot of this from so and so will be like, I don't hear it. I'm like, well,
No, yeah,
I don't think you're supposed to, but like, you know.
That's what influence is, because the beauty of it, I saw this interview with Dave Grohl, which does add to what you were saying. They asked him about Nirvana, and he's like, my biggest influence was Sly and the Family Stone and disco bands. And if you listen to Nirvana, all of their drum beats are rip-offs of Sly and the Family Stone. But you can't hear it because it's not that style of music, but you can still hear the influence if you sit back and dig deeper,
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
which is the beauty of music and influences. Because going back to Ozzy Osbourne, he was heavily influenced by the Beatles. You can't tell if you listen to his music, but lyrically you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the melodies and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not how the music sounds, it's usually lyrically or just the way that the instrument's played in a different tone.
Yeah.
Right.
And discussion.
The vibe.
Yeah. The vibe.
The vibe. You guys are a total vibe. I don't know if it's what's in it. I don't know if that's what's in his coffee or what's in your mug.
Oh, it's coffee.
We got some coffee.
It's just coffee.
We were up till like
5.
4:35 last night.
We're
we
at
just
an-
played a show.
We're at an Airbnb right now. with
Oh,
John.
nice. Nice. I was going to say, that don't look very rock and roll in the background. It says sky's the limit. And
Yeah,
we like positive motivation here, you know.
laugh, love, you know.
live, laugh, love. I saw this one flyer. I live in Ohio in the Appalachian region, and we have a little mythological creature called Mothman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this poster. It says "Live, Laugh, Lurk," and it shows Mothman on it.
We'll paint over that before we leave to Mesh.
Yeah.
Where are you guys touring at right now? I saw the flyer, but I didn't happen to see where you're at.
We're in Champaign right now.
Yeah. U of I, University of Illinois in Champaign.
Yeah.
That's where our the show we played last night was. And then this summer in June, we're doing our first out-of-state, like real East Coast run
First
tour.
actual tour.
So, very excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I always like seeing up and coming artists make it and going on tours and chasing their dreams. Because at the end of the day, the big acts aren't here forever. They're getting old.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
not for real. It's
sure.
always cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like a lot of the current atmosphere of the world is changing the way we take in music or take in art. There's too much of a market, and there's no radio anymore to well, there is, but nobody listens to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And like music as an online presence, as like a virtual presence, is so not saturated, but so competitive and large that I feel like it's a huge part of really getting out there is like real human connection and actually going and meeting new people and
Yeah.
putting your music in their face. Because if it's just streaming and everything, it's
They
like
could always
you're,
just scroll right past.
yeah,
you know?
it's like you're lost in a sea of everyone seemingly doing the same thing, even though it's not the same thing. You know, it's like
But let's say you're at a show and someone watches your set and they're like, "Oh, I like that band a lot. They were really cool." Then you're planting that seed in their brain and they
Yeah.
remember you and like, "Oh, what was that band we saw last night? Oh, let's
Yeah.
go look them up," and it all grows from there.
I
that new
thi-
follower or whatever is organic.
Yeah.
So,
I feel as though the technology of the world is helping yet hindering us, because we don't really rely on recording companies anymore. Most people that are up and coming don't, and they are more free to release what they want. However, on the opposite side of the coin, the attention span seems to be getting smaller and smaller, and we don't have to sit there and listen to the radio anymore all the way through to the newest song. We can skip it if we don't like the first 5 seconds of it.
right. You gotta find, especially when you're promoting, you gotta find that like hook in your song, and you gotta, if you're like doing like any sort of digital marketing or whatever on social media, you gotta like get that hook in the first 3 seconds, and then like hope that it catches someone's eye. It's like
Yeah,
It's
like
tough.
that's difficult.
it's tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that and keep your individuality and authenticity. And one of the hardest words of advice that I had received, because I do blogging and I make posts and stuff, I was listening to an interview and I quoted a lot. It's Rick Rubin, famous producer, and they asked him, "What, when it comes to art, what is something that people get wrong or something along those lines?" And Rick Rubin looked at the interviewer and said, "The audience comes last."
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "You write for you. Don't worry about the audience because at the end of the day, you matter. The audience does not. The audience will find you," which is interesting because if you compare it to big artists, they usually failed when they tried to go with the grain against what they do. Like, for instance, Metallica.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel to me personally, how I interpreted it was one of the album they released, like Saint Anger, I think it wasn't necessarily what they wanted to do creatively. It's where environment was going at the time.
They tried to make a new metal album.
Yeah, and it. But if you look at Megadeth, they did similar, but it seemed like they actually cared about the album, and it was not deemed as bad.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Which go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. I think that's a great point because I always think about like there's an audience for everything. So I feel like if you're putting everything that's true to you into your music, there's a demographic out there that is going to find that same value in it.
Mm-hmm.
It just might take a little longer or it might not be as
It just
mechanical.
needs to find the person,
Yeah.
the right person.
Yeah. So there's an
Yeah.
audience for everything.
I'll listen to white noise for 3 minutes straight to find something out of it. Like,
Well, I mean, shit. People listen to dark ambient mostly for like meditative purposes. I mean, everything has its place, and at the end of the day, your audience will come and go as you evolve. It's part of life. I would rather personally be liked for the person that I am and all of the aspects of me. I'd rather be hated for that than be liked for something I'm not.
Exactly.
exactly.
That's a very, very valid point.
Mm-hmm. And that's how music should be. You can actually feel when people are trying to make a single and when they're doing it for themselves.
100%.
Yeah.
You totally tell. Yeah.
Whoa, we're moving. Look at that. You can actually tell by looking at you guys that you come from various like tastes in music, walks of life. And I mean that in the most genuine and loving way. It's beautiful to see. So are Airbnbs nowadays cheaper than hotels? I've never looked into it.
This was the cheapest thing we could get our hands on, and it was still kind of expensive. Like, it's still more than I wanted to pay. But
Yeah.
It was better than driving
was-
3 hours home.
it was like $60 cheaper than the hotels around here too.
Yeah.
So
That's shocking because with Airbnbs you usually like rent like a house or like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
And that's
think
what
this
we
is
got.
like a little.
Like a townhouse.
It's like a townhouse. We got neighbors.
Yeah. Upstairs neighbor.
Upstairs, yeah.
Yeah.
the risk always was nerving to me. Like, I don't know what I'm going to end up renting, but let's try this. But I guess you get that with hotels too. I mean,
There was one time I rented an Airbnb out with my ex, and we were going to Cleveland, Ohio, to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rented out this place in East Cleveland, not knowing that was like the bad area.
Oh, God.
And we got there, dude. The listing said full-size fridge, stove, full kitchen belongings, and that we show up, stove's missing. It's a mini fridge, and there's no microwave or anything to heat up the
Oh my
food.
God.
There were bugs in the bathroom, dude.
God damn it.
We saw bugs in the bed, and that's when we were like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go get a hotel instead.
come on, free protein.
You were like, that was my bad, dude. I went to Protein X.
You was in East Cleveland though. Like they probably did have all them things, and it got stolen before you showed up.
Well, the people were like eyeing us down in the neighborhood, and I was like, no, they're just trying to see who's moving in next to them. Yeah,
That's how I greet people too.
I always stare people down.
That's the best way.
Right.
Well, in Ohio, it's pretty notorious that like there's only so much to do, and a lot of people are doing drugs, and that's the unfortunate thing. So
Yeah.
maybe they were tweaking. They weren't staring at you. They were just.
Can't beat him, join him.
That reminds me of Dave Chappelle. He was talking about moving to Ohio, and he's like, "I didn't know there was a problem. I just thought everybody was sleepy. I didn't." Like,
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have the most polluted river in the United States. That might be the reason. So, outside of music, what do you guys enjoy doing?
I enjoy climbing trees and exploring nature.
It's hard to get him out of trees.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
90% of the time he's in a tree.
I'm the nature buff.
I also like nature. I wish I could get out as much as he does. But I mean, my life I feel like is pretty consumed by music. I go home, make music, write music, try to get outside as much as possible. I definitely want to get into more like creative avenues like film and animation, things like that. But right now I have a lot of musical projects going on, and I feel like that's definitely keeping me happy and busy. So
You can do balance, bro. You can always climb a tree with him with an acoustic and write your music in a tree. I mean,
100%.
I get a lot of my ideas 40 feet off the ground. Like,
yeah, you got to ground yourself, man. Not to sound like a hippie, but you gotta be grounded, man.
About nature.
Yeah.
Some balance.
Yeah, no, every time I like,
let the trees talk to you.
yeah, I'll be tired and I'll go home after work or after school and I'll sleep. But I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. I should go outside. 'Cause every time I go outside, I have a new idea for something, whether it's a song, whether it's something to write down. Like, it's like without fail, I get something in my mind going when I'm outside and like out and about exploring stuff.
Because you are nature and you're with nature. Let the trees talk to you, man. They'll tell you things.
Exactly.
You guys are great
Listen
friends.
to the
yeah.
birds, listen to the frogs, bro. They're saying shit. You just don't know it.
This next single will just be Ribbit. You'll just be like,
It's not far off from something we're doing.
To the untrained ear, it's just ribbit.
To the untrained.
you gotta look at the esoteric little layer underneath of all them ribbits.
The rivets are actually pitched down and they're reversed. I bet you didn't know that.
I love when musicians used to do that, reverse their songs.
Dude, that's all I do.
Yes.
Oh,
His solo shit.
get ready for our next stuff because it's literally backwards.
The entire song's backwards.
Like, oh,
Weird Al did that during the height of like people during the Satanic Panic. He wrote
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
reach.
you see, you have to play our music forward and then you'll get the subliminal message.
Yeah.
Put it back to the positive message.
Yeah, you get like the pop song if it's backwards. Play that shit forward, all hell breaks loose, dude.
it's black metal.
It's black, but
What's hilarious though is the Weird Al song backwards. If you play it backwards, he says Satan eats cheese whiz.
I'm
They
sure
did
he
it on
does.
purpose.
Sounds,
They did it on purpose.
sounds like a processed food. Sounds like
Satan eats
something
cheese
would
whiz.
do. That shit ain't organic.
Oh, that shit's great. What was we talking about before that? ADHD is amazing. Oh, things that we like to do.
My life's pretty consumed by music too, because I do it for work. But when I'm not, I like to honestly, like, I got a motorcycle. I like to just cruise that and just vibe in nature too. Also, to be honest.
This is Uncle Money right here.
Yeah. Who's the old guy? Sorry.
Uncle Money.
He said sorry.
You call him Money Michael on the mix. You could call him Money Mike. You could call him Mike Money.
Dude,
You could call him Uncle Anda. Like,
if we make it anywhere, in front of any large crowd that we may or may not play, we're gonna introduce him as one
Money
of those
Michael
names.
on the mix.
Uncle Money,
Uncle
Money,
Money.
Money, Michael on the mix, and
Uncle
that
Anda.
Money Michael on the mix stems from one of your clients or something that he was recording or something.
no,
or
No,
what?
he's the one
No.
that gave
That
me
was
the,
it?
Come on,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
a public original.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's Money Michael. Man.
You need to get that on a shirt. I don't know what I'm talking about.
He also produces all of our stuff. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I'm not worthy. I'm not. Damn, Unc, you busy.
Yeah, just or Maxing or whatever.
Oh.
Slop.
Gen Z
Gen
slop.
Z slop.
I love how all of you so far enjoy nature. You're my people.
how about you, Alex?
Yeah,
Do
what-
you enjoy nature?
I have a love-hate relationship with nature. I'll be
Oh
honest.
man, get out of here.
You know, I'll go out.
Oh,
and
you're
shoot-
gonna be the one that's like, I'm the one that hates nature. Oh.
Listen, no, 'cause these guys will drag me. I get all dressed up. I'm someone who loves dressing up and looking good. I'll be all dressed up in a nice ass fit, and they'll be like, "Yo, let's go walk." And then we walk for like 4 miles. I'm drenched in sweat. I got like 50 fucking ticks on me, and I'm like, "Guys, can we please just walk back?" And they're like, "A little bit farther, a little bit farther."
Come on, we haven't even found the cool
We haven't
shit.
found the
But
secret
then we get to the
spot.
spot. But then we get to the spot, and I'm like, you know what? I guess this was worth it.
It's worth it.
I guess it was worth the possibility of Lyme disease.
Been a
What,
couple
it's
of
like
times, but
1 out of every 5 ticks. There's 4 of us. I feel like we're fine.
as the French say, "C'est la vie."
Not out 1 out of every
Such is
4
life.
ticks.
So with that being said, I'm not walking with you guys because that'd make me the odd one.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Hey, I found a tick on me the other day, so maybe I would be the odd one. You just
We would
never
both
know.
be the odd one.
He hasn't gotten tested yet.
You got a 24-hour window.
You
Once
could
they
be in
land
the
on
clear.
You have a 24 to 48 hour window where you can get Lyme disease from an attached tick.
You'll be all
I
right.
think so, yeah.
Just accept it.
It's a part of life. Actually, a lot of people, the number of people that have Lyme disease is rather high, and also the number of people that don't know it because it can be asymptomatic,
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
crazy.
crazy.
which
It,
is
it just
scary.
happens. I
Yeah.
know. One of my best friends got it, and it just sort of happened out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, like, everything's fucked.
And I'm
That's
like, you
crazy.
guys still want to go walking into the woods? And they're like, yeah.
Yes, because we're humans, and this is what we were. This is what we're meant to do. We're meant to explore the world, you know.
You're meant to wear bug spray.
Mind you, I'm doing all this complaining as I'm following them into the woods. As we're going up, guys, there's so many bugs out here. We got to be careful.
you're that person in a horror movie. We probably shouldn't go into that creepy house with that masked man, but
We should go in there.
You would make
he
it out
seems
alive.
cool. He seems nice.
Come on, if we just get on his level, we'll be all right.
He would make it out alive, but we would have the coolest deaths in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so do you guys enjoy a good horror movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you enjoy a bad one?
Almost
the,
as much.
The bad ones are better.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you just want to be entertained at the end of the day if you're watching a movie like
Not
that.
for real.
Yeah.
I just watched that movie not too long ago, the one where the chimpanzee like kills the
Oh,
female.
yeah,
I've not seen that.
That movie was kind of stupid, but it was good.
It's
Yeah.
good to watch if you're drunk at the theater. Like,
Yeah.
It's fun as hell.
Have you seen Velocipaster?
What?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude. It's like
Yeah, it's about this minister who becomes a velociraptor and fights drug dealing ninjas.
No, I heard about this. I heard
Yo,
about this.
that's-
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, that movie's so funny.
I
What in the
watched.
what in the Spike TV?
No, I was visiting my sister at school one time, and like we had this like lecture hall open and empty for some reason, and we turned on the projector and we were like, we gotta watch something terrible right now.
Watch like
And it was like
Sharknado.
It was like
Sharknadoes.
I don't even remember what it was called, but it was like Killer Tire or something. It was literally
Oh, rubber.
Yeah.
yeah, it was literally a tire, like
Oh.
a car tire.
I think it's just called Tiger.
I watched
It's
one.
called tire. It's something. And
It's
it's
not.
Just like,
It's not like
it's
Maxine
exactly
or
what
something.
you would
car.
think. It's exactly what you'd think.
I watched one on Amazon that was about a recliner
Whoa.
that would like eat people. It was so fucking stupid.
You just get sucked in.
Literally, the
Bro.
cops were like shooting it and shit. It was crazy.
Have you guys seen the Evil Bong series?
No.
Evil Bong.
Yes,
yes,
bro.
Yes.
Oh, I
Dude,
love those
there's
movies.
I feel there's like 7 of them or something.
10. There's 10 of them.
Yeah. I've seen up to 7.
Evil
but-
Bong, bro.
Dude, Evil Bong weed.
What
Well,
could
the guy that created it is Charles Band, and he's notorious for writing a movie and then making like way too many of them.
Yeah.
He did Puppet Master, Ginger Dead Man, and Evil Bong. So
Oh, what is it? Okay,
I
know
love
Puppet
Master, honestly. Puppet Master's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. That
Evil
freaked out.
Bong, as expected, gets weird after so many movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they keep characters, but they change the actors.
Oh,
yeah.
Can't afford to bring the
No
actor
one's gonna
back.
notice.
They're kind of expecting, like, they know it's going to be shitty. As long as they didn't do it halfway through the movie, that's fine.
You look close enough.
You don't want to be known as the evil Bond guy.
I would. I'd love to be known as the evil Bond.
Well, I mean, that's not the first time that's happened, but it's happened on much larger scales before because back in the late 80s into early 90s when they were releasing the Batman movies with like Tim Burton,
Right.
they changed actors so much and they're supposed to be sequels. At one point Harvey Dent went from being a black man to a white man and they never explained why.
Like, oh, this is the same Harvey.
It went from being the guy from Star Wars to being Tommy Lee Jones.
That was a societal test.
Yeah. It's like Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
Batman is Jake from State Farm. Harvey Dent is Jake from State Farm.
Trend setting, you know?
Maybe he got that disease Michael Jackson had. Maybe that's what happened. And then Batman changed what every movie?
We went from Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer to what? George Clooney, I think?
Yeah, like that's a fucking stretch.
Right, yeah. What a fucking
Is it
lineup.
fucking the Twilight dude? Isn't he Batman now?
Yeah.
Robert
Yeah.
Robert.
Pattinson.
Yeah, but those are different movies. These ones was all supposed to be sequels of one another.
Oh, yeah.
And they had different directors at one point, like Tim Burton left and somebody else took over, and it's like, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger played Mr. Freeze, who's a German man. I guess Austria's close. That's close enough. Like, I want to know their thought process. Like, hey, we need to call up Arnold.
I think the thought process was, yo, what if we got Arnold?
What if we got Arnold? Wouldn't that be sick?
That'd be so fun.
And everyone's in the room like, we're not gonna get him.
Because in the last movie we had Danny DeVito. We have to have Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god.
I
bro.
dare you to
It's
call
his
him right
twin.
now.
Dude, they should have brought Danny back. It would have been like a twins reunion.
Dude,
Right?
yeah. Why do you look familiar?
I gotta say though, I'm a fan of Danny DeVito. I don't even care what he does. He can do anything he wants. He's Danny DeVito.
Always Sunny and shit.
He's in Always, It's Always Sunny, dude.
Or
He's so
whatever
funny,
the fuck it's called.
Dude, they interviewed him and he said he's never gonna quit. Like he plans on going until he drops.
Good for him.
Hey,
It's a good show.
that's the
It's- I love
drive
it.
we all wish we had.
Yeah.
Well, he has it made pretty much because he writes his own script.
Right.
Yeah.
That too.
Like it's his own creativity. He can do his own thing. He's the only actor right now that can get away with a musical of him trying to say the N-word. Like he's the.
I did forget about that.
Well, I take that back. Robert Downey Jr. did do blackface in an entire movie.
That is wild.
That
Like, he was,
That
like,
one-
he was just a dude
That
playing
was-
a dude playing a dude. Like,
Yeah, I think they need to put him in a new movie called Black Chicks. It's the sequel of White Chicks.
That'd be
and
crazy.
Tropic Thunder came out like right around the time as the first Iron Man.
That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
That's
like,
crazy.
That is crazy.
oh my god, it was like all 2008 or something, or 07 or something.
He was like 06.
Yeah, something.
Tropic
But they were all
Thunder.
around the same time.
Yeah.
I read this thing. It was showing like 3 celebrities, and it had like a list of different ones, like 3 celebrity things, and it was 3 celebrities that lived in the same during the same time, and it was so fucking weird because my brain was like, how did they exist at the same time?
Like someone like fucking Beethoven living at the same time as like someone else. I don't know.
That's how I always feel about like Picasso.
Yeah,
like, I always think that
Picasso.
Picasso's like an old, but he was fucking.
He was alive in like.
He was
the
alive
90s,
for like 1960 or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. Like,
It reminds me of those videos like on like Instagram where it's like connecting like Olivia Rodrigo to George Washington, and it's like
yeah.
it's like going back in time for people they like met, and it's just like
Just by association.
why do you
or
have the
something.
time to do this?
There are like stories about how like I'm sure you've heard this story where like Freddie Mercury and like Sid Vicious bumped into each other because they were both recording albums at like the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And fucking Sid Vicious is trying to be Sid Vicious, trying to like talk shit, and Freddie was being Freddie, and he called him like what, Sid Furious, and then for some reason that just like threw him off. And he was like, "Oh, fuck you."
Sid Furious.
Yeah. But,
Well,
like that was crazy to me.
It's crazy because, like, I grew up a fan of Alice Cooper, and he's met a lot of people that you didn't even think was around the same time he was.
He's a good golfer.
Yeah, he is. He's actually fantastic. But the three celebrities that threw me off guard that lived at the same time was Anne Frank, Martin Luther King, and Helen Keller.
Holy
Oh.
shit!
Keller?
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, Helen Keller lived until the 60s.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. I thought
And Martin Luther King was born, I believe, in the 1929.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it puts them all within the same timeline, which,
Yeah. 10 years after that, that's when all bullshit was going on in Germany. Yeah. That's
yeah, it's when some stuff happened. It's when all hell broke loose.
It's all blacked out in my textbook. I don't know.
It's all redacted.
No one is learning about it in this day and age, you know.
I don't know, dude. This world is crazy. Every time I wake up, I'm like, this ain't reality. I'm starting to develop the mindset George Carlin had, where I'm just disconnecting myself from this machine and just watching it happen.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at.
In the words of George Carlin, I'm just waiting for the big meteor. I'm just.
No.
I always try to like, I don't know. I feel like it's because I'm a history buff, but like I feel like I always try to like draw parallels with like stuff that's going on now to stuff that has already happened. You know?
Like we just been
Like-
repeating history.
I mean, yeah, all this stuff going on with like ICE and stuff. Same thing was happening like a couple years ago with like the black codes, police, you know, arresting
Yeah.
black people for just existing. And then even before that, you had the slave codes where literally if you were just black walking down the street, you were taken to a
You're fucked.
plantation. Is this yours? Is this yours? All right, cool. There you go. I returned it.
You also can go back, not just distinct of black people and white and all that. You can even go back to Japanese Americans, I believe 1945, I believe it was, where they decided, the U.S. government decided anyone who is Japanese living here, regardless of birthright, whatever, is no longer deemed citizens, and they're put in internment camps. And some were deported to Japan, and they never lived there. Some of them were fought in a war against their own country.
Exactly,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, in the words of the great philosopher George Carlin, you don't have rights, you have temporary privileges they can take away at any given time.
They really
Pretty
can,
much.
dude. Trying to take away birthright citizenship, like all this stuff, like, it's crazy.
Like, fuck. And birthright citizenship, depending on how you personally interpret it, could be any U.S. citizen.
I mean, yeah, technically, yeah.
Seriously.
Because
Yeah.
unless you're indigenous, and even then, a lot, if you trace way back lineages, all of us came from parts of Africa, so technically nobody is.
Exactly,
And,
dude.
and let's face it, we're all fucking human.
Yeah.
We're all human beings. Why is like there's different breeds of animals. There's fucking like everyone's fucking different. We're all different humans. We got our own things. Like why I don't get why it matters so much to other people
And it was
about other people's lives.
it's
Yeah, for real.
funny to me
Like-
too,
Just
because you have people like JD Vance, and I think it was Hegseth too, who also said this, who were talking about like legacy Americans being like, my family's more American than yours because they've been here for 200
Like,
years.
who
Well,
gives-
mine found the
who gives a
Revolutionary
fuck,
War,
bro?
and my response to that is like,
something with
okay,
your
well,
life.
you stole that land from my ancestors, so technically, aren't I a legacy American?
yeah.
What's also weird is I've seen instances where indigenous tribes had their elders murdered by ICE because they thought they were Mexicans.
Yes, dude. They've arrested Native Americans thinking they're Mexican.
And they're not even asking for paperwork at this point in some cases. I've seen videos where they're like, I have my paperwork, and they don't give a shit. They just throw you in a fucking van.
Have you seen that one
They don't give
episode?
a shit if you're a pregnant woman carrying your fucking other child. They'll fucking throw you on the ground. And
You
fucking
s-
stomp
Yet pro-life.
It's like I think it was Family Guy where they had like a little joke where they would like hold up a skin color card to the
Yeah,
person. They're like, all right,
it
cool,
is.
you're cool, you're cool.
And like it's scary how
It's scary
real
how
that
kind
is.
of real that
It's
is.
scary.
Like,
That is not inaccurate at all. Like,
I heard a quote from somebody, and I'm not sure how historically accurate it is, but it was somebody was talking about, do we call people of this land Native Americans? Do we call them Indians? Do we call them indigenous? And a lot of people think Indian is racist because the belief is that when Columbus came here, he called them Indians because he was going to India. However, it wasn't called India at the time. The word Indian at the time actually meant God people, or people like God, or people of God. So it was more of a compliment than not.
Huh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Columbus that called them that. So it's kind of weird how language evolves, because what started off as possibly a good thing, I'm not saying it is, but possibly is now people saying it's racist. Oh, you got somebody breaking in.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Dude, this is awesome. They can join if they want to talk. It's fine.
are we supposed to be out?
I don't know.
She said we had something,
We
dude.
had a noon checkout time.
Okay, sorry. That might be
It's all right. If you guys got to go, we can do a part 2. That's fine. You guys are getting evicted on camera.
we were told we had till noon.
Had like 5 police officers coming here.
There's ICE that carries you guys away.
My
There it
bad.
is, dude.
Well, this conversation's over. So what form of native are you, or indigenous, or whatever you prefer to be called?
So my family comes from Mexico, but they're like we have ancestry in like that western side. So I always joke around with people. I'm like, California's my land. I want California back. But my dad has like ancestry with like the Aztec tribe and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're driven out of Mexico City, all that kind of stuff by I think Cortez it was. But honestly, reading about that history too, like those indigenous people is fucking insane. Cause like, yeah, sure they might have like lost their land and everything, and they ended up like unfortunately getting colonized. They literally like the night before they got colonized, they all orchestrated an attack and just threw all the Spaniards off, dude. They were like fucking, there were boats and shit leading to the city. They were throwing them. Pushing them and their horses into the fucking like water, drowning them, like doing all this stuff. They were hiding under the bridge and they started spearing them as they were trying to like flee the city. It was like some last stand shit. It was so cool, but
Get out of here, man.
fortunately, history didn't favor us in that sense.
That's crazy.
So,
What's,
yeah, no, it's insane.
what's interesting to me is the common thought process of ancient tribes and stuff is they didn't have the technology we have now or the ability or whatever, but there has been sprinkles of Aztec or Aztec-like civilization sprinkled throughout the United States. They found a mound or a pyramid or whatever you'd like to call it in Ohio with writing in it that is very similar to the Aztec writing. And that is quite the distance if they weren't able to have the travel we have now.
Exactly, yeah.
I
joke
think-
about it all the time. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I think we had the technology that we once did, but we wiped ourselves out.
I mean, yeah. Think about the burning of like the Library of Alexandria.
Nah, for real,
like,
what did we lose?
how did we build those fucking pyramids? How did the Aztecs build those pyramids? You know, even you go further down the Americas. How did the Mayans and the Incas build those temples? And what the fuck's it called? Machu Picchu. You know, like shit like that. Like that. That's crazy that like people back then with their limited access to technology and resources were able to build stuff like that.
And you go further back to Mesopotamia, and And you're looking at 10,000 years ago.
And they're building these grand fucking structures. Like how, dog?
And Egypt is possibly bigger than we originally thought because they're starting to dig underneath of the Pyramid of Giza and finding tunnels,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that shit's crazy.
which it's pseudoscience, but I like to tease various avenues and thought processes. One person brought up the point of what if ancient Egypt was an underwater civilization?
I mean, I've heard people say that like the ancient Atlantis isn't too far off from there. I don't know if you've heard of like the Eye of Sahara. I think this is also a little bit of like pseudoscience, but like there's like a formation in the Sahara Desert that has similar shapes structurally to like the description of Atlantis.
Yes.
And people think that that's like where it used to be. It just kind of dried up, obviously.
Yeah, it was believed that Atlantis was either near Africa or the way Plato described it was beyond the wall of Hercules, which would have placed it in the Mediterranean region in the rivers, which is weird because what if there's more than one Atlantis?
Right, yeah. With all these different locations and stuff that they describe, it's like, what if there was multiple lost civilizations?
And let's get into even more, like, it's not backed by science yet, but it is a theory. What if a lot of the information we have gotten was from a possible species that no longer exists because it either disappeared, they died off, whatever? And what if a lot of the ancient mythology has to deal with this species? Because a lot of the gods of the water were wisdom gods. They gave us knowledge, they gave us technology. So what if it's just symbolic speech of something that once existed?
Exactly. Like it's super interesting to just like I don't know think about all that
That's
kind
crazy
of
to think about.
Yeah, because it's not impossible. Because we archaeologically look at bones that we found under the earth. What if it's under the water? We can't get to it.
Right.
We haven't been able to get there yet.
Yeah.
No. And we found not we, but as a species, we have found underwater pyramids. We found underwater structures that could have been remnants of a civilization. And a lot of people can say, well, water rises and falls, and they might have got drowned. But science says that the earth started off as water and then land came. So,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's how like all civilizations started. You know, we started in the water, and then eventually, I guess we got ballsy enough to go, fuck it, let's go see what's up there.
well, technically, we started as a fire planet. So we were basically hell on earth to begin with. And then millions of years later, we turned into water, and then organisms started forming, and then whatever species from that, and then land formed, and then we formed. I watched this video scientifically explaining what we believe Earth was like when it started and how it evolved. And it's funny because the video is showing the different evolutions of the different species that we believed existed, because we don't actually know. Human beings don't know. We just like to pretend that we do. And then next thing we know, this 5-hour video, this part of it that's 5 minutes is humans.
It's crazy.
That's crazy to think about, but like, yeah, like we really compared to like how long the universe has been around, like humans really haven't been here for that long.
Yeah.
It is estimated that we've only been here 100 to 200,000 years.
Yeah, and the Earth is what, like trillions of years old?
Billions, 3.5 billion years old.
Billion, yeah, there you go.
Which is weird because also science is starting, and I don't know how this study works, so take it with a grain of salt. They took water droplets and they tried dating the water. The water on the Earth is older than the Earth itself.
Interesting.
That's like so beyond my understanding.
5 to 10% of Earth's water or more is older than the Earth itself and possibly older than the sun.
That's interesting. I mean, didn't they say that like the moon was like an asteroid or something that like kind of crashed into Earth, or like it was like a chunk or something that like kind of like broke off and then started orbiting us? Like maybe it was from that, because you know, didn't they find water on the moon, or am I misinterpreting that?
You might be misinterpreting it. However, the moon has been proven to affect the water on the Earth, so you might be, which
I'm
is
not gonna make
interesting.
sense. Yeah.
Which is interesting because various belief systems believe that the moon, they would worship the moon because the moon affects their mood and stuff. And they didn't know scientifically, and science can't even back it up right now. But we are made mostly of water, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, if it affects the oceans, I mean, it probably affect us a little bit, you know?
And at the end of the day, we're all just stardust anyway.
Yeah, I love that saying, yeah.
Well, it's true. I mean, I fucking exploded, we became a star, and then things created on that.
Yeah, we came from the stars. Oh, yeah.
But the Big Bang always confused me growing up because at first they said that is how the entire universe was created. And then now some scientists are saying, well, that's just how our universe was created.
That's,
Not the solar system itself, but our universe.
Yeah. And I feel like that leaves it up into interpretation as to like what other universes could do to also kind of like create life. Because I mean, they've been finding like microbial life, I think, on like on one of the moons in Jupiter.
Hmm.
But like there was no Big Bang. That I mean, to be fair, it is still our universe, so like it technically could have formed from that Big Bang. But like we're stumbling across life in like Jupiter, you know.
Yeah.
So like it kind of does open the doors to think, well, how might other life form in other universes? Is it the same way? Do they also have some big explosion that just boom, there you go, life just started? Or is it like just slow growth, you know, like finding frozen water beneath a moon in a different planet, in a different universe, you know?
That reminds me of the thing I was reading the other day. People said, why is it that we care more about space than our own Earth? We have explored more of space than we have our Earth's oceans.
it's just
look at the ocean.
It's
Look at
Because
so
everyone wants to get the fuck out.
fascinating.
Everyone wants to get out.
Yeah, that's true too. But it's
And
just,
I also heard a theory, what if the Earth's core is not magma as originally thought? What if it's actually ice? Because the further down you go in water, it doesn't get hotter.
it's colder.
It gets colder.
True, yeah.
It's all this stuff is so like beyond my understanding, and I feel like that's what draws people to the massive interest in either like space or the ocean. It's just like the unknown, and like how could this possibly be real? Like there's so much we don't know, and we're probably very likely never gonna understand things like that.
And as our knowledge and we've learned things, it's hard for us to separate from what we once knew and what is new reality. That's like the whole Earth's core thing. Scientists are like, nope, it has to be magma. But why?
But
Yeah.
why exactly? Yeah.
Like, what are you benefiting from holding on to a value that might not exist anymore?
Exactly.
You guys got to leave that place. I don't know what time it is.
I think we're being kicked out.
Okay. Would you guys like to come back sometime? I'd like to go in a deeper dive about this ancient civilizations and all
I
that.
would love to.
I would love to
yes.
have part two. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. All right, let's do this. Let's set it up. I'm free for the next couple weeks. Just message me directly, or I have Facebook. You can just look up Mike Usenick, add me on Facebook, message me directly, or you can work through your PR person, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, I follow you on Instagram. I'll either go through Evan or I'll just DM you on Instagram.
Okay, that works for me. Thank you so much, guys. I hate that you guys are getting kicked out as we're starting to really get to know each other, but that's why I always prefer to do part twos, because now we know each other. We know what we're into.
I appreciate you.
Great
No
conversation.
problem. Guys, go check out the Publik's latest single, guaranteed. Amazing song. If you're into censorship, it's a great song for you too. But much love. Please take care of yourselves. Enjoy your next show and safe travels.
Yes, thank you so much.
No
Appreciate
problem. Stay in touch. And if you're ever in the Ohio area, near the Appalachian region, I will gladly come see you guys.
Hey,
it.
yeah.
Awesome.
dude.
Thank you. Thank
No
you.
problem. Much love, guys. And as always, live long, rock hard, and together, let's break societal norms.
Exactly.
Yes.